Disabled fiancé with past of cheating no longer shows me affection. My fiancé, 38F, and I, 42M, have been together since 2009. We both came out of abusive relationships, but we did well together. Things cooled off between us. She said I reminded her of her brother, among other things, and we separated for 2 months in 2011. She informed me the following year of unprotected sex with people in that time. We weren't together, so my reaction is, okay, no biggie. We moved to a new city at the end of 2012. After getting settled, in 2013 I encouraged her to be more social and get out and make friends. Soon after, she stopped going out and became more reclusive. By early 2014, she deteriorated and ended up hospitalized due to a severe psychological condition. Since that time, I've become her caregiver. She found a medication that allowed her to keep her personality intact, but damages her libido. In 2015, she informed me that she had cheated on me more than once in 2013 when she went out to socialize. I said if you cheat again I'm leaving. Since, I've tried to forgive her, to learn to trust her again. We last had sex toward the end of 2016 and all physical affection dropped off to almost nothing. We fell on hard times in 2017 and became functionally homeless. I was working 50-plus hours a week. We were living in a seedy motel. While at this motel she befriended a couple and I came back from work several times to find her drunk from beer they gifted her. I never caught her doing anything with them, and when asked, she denied any wrongdoing. Today we are still functionally homeless, out of the motel, in an Airbnb. But the pandemic allowed me the time off to finally reflect on what has been happening. We get along really well. We're really great friends. She recently told me again that I remind her of her brother. I'm so deep in I'm not sure what to do. I feel like I keep her anchored. If I leave her, she has no income, and no reliable family. It could destroy her. Her medication clearly states a reduction of sex drive, but not a drop to zero. I'm not happy being celibate. We also haven't cuddled in years. I might get a couple of hugs a week and a peck on the lips at the end of the day. The lack of reciprocation has made me feel far less attracted to her. I don't want to live the rest of my life like this. I haven't talked to her about this yet. I will talk with her. Her mental condition means that I feel I have to approach the situation with more information than I currently have. Am I being taken advantage of? In advance, thank you. Too long did not read. We started great. Disability happened 5 years in. She informed me of infidelity after the disability and she seems to have no interest in intimacy with me anymore. What do you get out of this relationship? What you should really ask yourself first is, am I with this person because I love her or do I feel compelled to stay by her side because she is disabled? If you manage to answer this question with honesty you should get a hint of what to do next. You sound like you care a lot about this person but you are both stuck in a very dark place. I would seek help, in the form of a pro bono therapist, a family member from your side, a friend, because it is clear that you are into this too deep and you can't really think straight. In all cases she seems like she does not really recognize the support you have been giving her, but who knows if it's because she is taking advantage of you or because she simply isn't doing too well mentally. Sunken cost fallacy. Yes, you've invested a lot of time and resources. No, you are not doing yourself any favors by staying in that. Get out and start anew. She is bad for you. You're not being taken advantage of, you're being used. No matter her physies, she diarrheaed on your trust and sleeped around. I think you know what's best. You've been busting your ass for more than a decade with almost nothing to show for it because you're carrying dead weight. Your fiancé is dead weight and she doesn't even have the integrity to remain faithful. In 10 years do you still want to be a caregiver and provider to this woman who uses you and abuses your trust? A partner who doesn't even meet your most basic emotional and intimate needs. To answer your question, yes, you are being taken advantage of and you'd be a fool to think she didn't cheat again. I hope you find the strength to start living for yourself. Yes, you are being taken advantage of. Get her on government assistance. You have done more than anyone is expected to do. You are her caregiver and are not being paid. I'm not on her side, but I also take medications for mental illness. And yes, they can drop your libido to literally zero, and also make intimacy feel weird. I also have these problems now, but as I see there is one big difference. I'm trying to do something about it. I'm trying to find solutions to the problems and make sure my partner doesn't feel neglected. If she isn't looking for any kind of solution to your situation, she doesn't love you. Time to cut her loose, bud. You are being used. I hope this doesn't come off as a rude. Why are you still with this person? What relationship advice could anyone possibly offer here? You have a girlfriend who you support because she is so ill she can't function on her own. She likes to have sex with other guys sometimes and not so much with you. If you like that deal, what more is there to say? That is your life. I would be much more worried about getting yourself in a better financial situation. If you ditch her, you would have way more money, but I am guessing be really lonely. Can she get on government aid being disabled? Can she really not work? I think relationship issues would be more easily addressed if you are in a better life position. She has told you repeatedly what you are to her. Her brother. That's it. Nothing else. You need to walk away. You are a meal ticket. She has cheated many times and she won't stop. She does not love you. She sees you as a brother. You are not listening, sweetheart. Listen. What will your vows say? I look forward to extending the past 5 years of celibacy until my death. You need affection and companionship and she is giving you nothing. That is a lonely way to live. You are not responsible for her. She needs to take care of herself. She can get state assistance. Plus, if she would rather cheat than sleep with you, that's extremely disrespectful on so many levels. How would she react if you told her you were cheating on her? Would she even care? Be happy. Find someone better. It sounds like you are her caretaker, not even her friend at this point. Please, for your own sake, break up with her. If you must, then please relegate this relationship to a casual friendship, and go find the person you're meant to be with. They're out there. Honestly, that's her problem, not yours. What is she doing for you? You need to get some self-respect, and leave. You can do better. No sex drive or affection with you, but cheats. Laughing my ass off. You're being used. Like you said, if I leave her, it could destroy her. But have you thought about how staying with her can destroy you? I hate to say it, but her well-being or stability is not your problem. So long as you are not legally her caretaker. You're a better person than me because I would have been gone the second she admitted to the previous cheating. You're being taken advantage of. I'm sorry. Leave this relationship. You can't stay because you are worried what will happen to her. People really need to start being a bit more selfish and doing what makes them happy. She is not your responsibility, and that's the end of it. She didn't care about you when she was cheating on you, so take back some control. You deserve to be wanted, to have cuddles, to have a fulfilling sexual relationship. Please leave. I think you could probably afford a small apartment with one less mouth to feed. And you wouldn't feel bad about working too much. I would just leave. It doesn't seem like you get much from this relationship that you couldn't get from having a dog. At least a dog doesn't make you wonder if it is constantly cheating on you or cost nearly as much as this woman is. Talk to her, but if Sue doesn't change her tune, then it doesn't seem worth it. You are in your early 40s, so you still have a chance. No libido doesn't mean she can't, at the very least, please you. It sounds like you do a lot for her, and if satisfying you sexually is too much to ask, it is best to just move on. You worry about her well-being if you leave her, and that's commendable. Being disabled, she has access to many publicly funded resources that will keep her in housing. Maybe a group home, but it's housing, food, medical care, etc. She is not your responsibility. I know it's scary thinking about being alone in the world. No one to go home to, no one to count on. When you take that step to allow yourself to live your own life, you will feel an elation of freedom and strength that you didn't know you had. I did it and I excelled beyond my imagination. Help her get set up with government assistance and housing, then head down your own path. Brew, holy fuck. Never ever ever RRRR seen so many red flags in just the first 3 paragraphs. Please do yourself a favor and dump this anchor ASAP. No matter how old you are or how down you are, you can fight your way out. But not with this dead weight. Dump her. Sorry, but she said you remind her of her brother. You mention that twice in your post. I can't imagine my significant other reminding me of my brother, let alone kiss him or be intimate with. I get it, you're not her brother, but the fact she is making that correlation could very likely be why she isn't intimate with you. It's just weird. So you've been together 12 years, she's cheated on you, you haven't had sex in about 5 years, and she's not giving you any kind of physical affection when that seems important to you. She also says you remind her of her brother. It sounds like you're just not compatible. You already know you don't want this for the rest of your life, and at this point I think it'll only get worse. You're not happy, so leave. I understand you feel responsible for her, but there are programs that can help her, and it sounds like she has other people to lean on. You are responsible for your own happiness above everything. Go find it, because unfortunately it's not with her. Time to be single. Wait, she has no sex drive but has cheated on you many times? Her issues are not yours. Take a step back and reevaluate if this is what's good for you. Supporting her isn't your job, and that's a hard pill to swallow. Maybe that friendship can still remain if it doesn't work out. But never stay because of what would happen to her if you don't. She's an adult. You can find a partner that carries their own weight and wants to have that sexual connection. Maybe this part in your life has run its course. When deciding how you want to spend your life, you can care about how they will respond without being responsible for how they move on after you. You may feel like you're her anchor, but who's helping you? What's making you happy in this relationship? Because if the answer to both of those is nothing, then you owe it to yourself and to her to be honest about your feelings here. You're both going to leave this relationship with basically nothing since you're both functionally homeless. You're both going to start from scratch, and you're allowed to check out when you feel you want to. You know you have to leave. Relationships are supposed to feed you, make you stronger through healthy means, have common goals and have mutual benefit. What is the benefit to you? You seem like a prisoner to her mental state, and that you're only around to provide for her. Yes, it seems like you're being taken advantage of. You deserve better. Sounds like this relationship has been over for a decade. Her libido hasn't dropped to zero, as she seeks it out with other people. There are a lot of red flags here. I'm disabled, so I understand that this kind of thing is really difficult, but she is completely taking advantage of you. It needs to stop. Can you please provide any updates? I am truly shocked by your relationship you've described. No judgment, just being honest. It's beautiful that you care about her well-being, but you need to give yourself that same amount of care and concern for your own well-being. It doesn't sound like any of your needs are being met. The saying, "I love you," sounds more like words without meaning at this point, and to keep up with appearances, even to just one another. You've tried. You've put in more work to this relationship than she has. If she cared, she wouldn't have cheated time and time again. It's time to cut her loose and find peace and happiness for yourself. This is not a romantic relationship. More like a situationship. Don't feel like you have to stay because you simply feel responsible for her well-being. She can get assistance on her own, and maybe not being dependent on you will spur her to get things started for herself. You deserve to be happy. It's time to move on where you are fulfilled too. It sounds like originally she may have stopped going out because of her cheating. Maybe she was shocked and disappointed in herself, and it turned into depression. I can't say I have an explanation for the countless other times. But the timeline adds up. You're afraid of being single. It's normal. There's probably part of you that's worried you won't meet someone again. If you take the leap, you'll honestly not regret it down the line. You have the perfect out with all her cheating. Let it die, man. Cut your losses. She's dead weight. Leave. She's not worth it. I felt terrible just reading this. I hope you find someone who can reciprocate what you offer. If you want to help her out, shelter her, that's fine, but you have to look out for yourself. Dude, you don't have to be into the relationship. There are better girls out there. You are not her brother, and basically you are working to be her caregiver. Let her with her family. In your situation, she is wasting your youth, and you can have any more fulfilling life without her. She told you once how she saw you, and then again. It's time to take the hint. You're not in a romantic relationship. You're engaged to a friend. And even that is tenuous because she's so reliant and dependent on you and not giving much in return. If you want to actually maintain the friendship, that's fine, but changes have to be made or you'll be dragged down and continue to feel empty. Crikey, imagine this for the next 40 years. Is that what you want from your life? I wouldn't say you're being taken advantage of necessarily. More so just getting stepped on left and right. In my opinion, with the info you've given me on your history with her, it sounds like it's time to just walk away. IDK her at all, but from what you state in your post makes it seem like she's a toxic person. You may be great as friends, but maybe that's all you're supposed to be with one another and nothing more. You need to reflect on whether or not this is the life you want to live for the rest of your life, or if you want to go out there and get what you deserve, and I sincerely mean it when I say you deserve much more than what you're getting, man. You state that you came out of an abusive relationship before you two met. It seems that you have been conditioned to be in abusive relationships. This sounds like a friendship, free ride situation from her end. Ask her what she thinks this relationship is.